From 87 until the early 90s, you still expected a limit of quail every time you went out. It almost seemed to happen any year. Just closed out in January with a good hunt and then came out the next year and you just couldn't find birds.
Those beautiful grasses and legumes and weeds and wildflowers and everything that quail and pheasants thrive on all went away. And those CRP fields that were once filled with pheasants and quail, when they had all those wonderful grasses and that great mix, it turned to fescue fields and brome fields with nothing else, completely monoculture, and the birds just went away.
About the time that Quail Forever started, we saw large expanses of row crop, where, you know, traditionally back in the 50s, 60s, 70s, it was smaller farms, it was multiple crops, there was multiple edge, but a lot of the cattle producers were going to straight fescue.
I grew up hunting with my dad, and we didn't have dogs, but back then you just kick them up, and we did very well doing that, and I absolutely loved quail hunting. And then as everywhere else experienced a decline in numbers to the point where, I mean, you couldn't even train a dog on wild birds. And seeing the model that Quail Forever and Pheasants Forever works under, it's just phenomenal. It's unlike any other organization that I've seen. If anything's going to happen to increase the quail populations in North America, is going to come from Quail Forever.
Easy. It'd be awesome if we just got one of them to lock up real quick.
Wouldn't it be nice? I'll be right on the other side of these cedars when they blow up.
Oh yeah.
She's over here.
Is she? See that fur, that white fur that was down right over there? Wonder if she was on that.
I think she's on a rooster because I just changed loads, so it's probably going to be a real big rooster.
Oh, there they go.
You could have shot that bird.
Yeah.
Back then I was very heavily involved in our Pheasants Forever chapter. It was very successful. I got approached by a gentleman who did fundraising for the Bush family. The Bush family had picked out 3 or 4 organizations to do a private fundraiser at the Bush family mansion there on Grants Farm, which is not open to the public. He said that, you know, they would like to host us there. We put out the invitations. The event sold out in less than 2 weeks. It was an amazing event. We had hoped that we were going to raise somewhere around $50,000 to $60,000. We ended up raising over $200,000 in one night. And then one of the home office guys from QF came up to me and said, "Hey, Howard Vincent wants to talk to you." He goes, "We want to start a new organization called Quail Forever." And I just looked at him and I was like, "Oh man, that's an amazing idea. That's great." And he goes, "But here's the thing. The plan is to announce this about a week or 2 from now. But I've talked to the guys here and we've changed our mind. We think this would be the perfect venue to announce this new organization." And he goes, "Do you want to be known as one of 200 chapters, or do you want to forever be known as the first Quail Forever chapter ever?" And I looked at him like, "You're good. That's a good one." And that is where our organization actually started.
This is the story of Quail Forever. An inspiring tale of grassroots leadership, unity, and a commitment to conserving quail habitat across America. Quail Forever was founded in August 2005, and within weeks the first chapters were formed. From those humble beginnings, we've grown into a nationwide force for conservation. Each new milestone reflects the power of our shared mission. From the first habitat projects in 2006 to our first 1,000,000 acres of habitat improvement in 2013, the dedication and hard work of our volunteers and team members has made our journey possible. Together, we have made significant strides in these first 20 years. We are happy to say that we are just getting started on our road to Quail Forever. Our work spans from the high deserts of the West, across the prairies of the Great Plains, through the forgotten fence rows of the Mid-South, and deep into the pine savannas of the coastal plain. These landscapes support vital ecosystems that sustain both wildlife and our rural communities. Savannas, prairies, and grasslands play a critical role in keeping soil rich, filtering water, and providing habitat for wildlife. They are as important to the health of our planet as rainforests and coral reefs, yet they are just as fragile and threatened. Nearly 70% of North America's native grasslands are now gone. What is left is severely degraded. Together, we have the power to change this, and Quail Forever will lead the way in restoring and protecting these vital landscapes. In 2021, we reached 5 million acres of habitat improvement for quail and other wildlife. By 2024, just 3 short years later, we surpassed 7 million acres and more than 20,000 members, 220 quail-focused biologists, and 200 dedicated Quail Forever chapters. We are proud to be the fastest growing conservation nonprofit in the United States. But this is just the beginning. Our vision for the future is clear: to protect and restore critical upland habitat, to ensure that quail and other wildlife thrive, and to create a world where people live, hunt, and work in harmony with the land. This vision is guided by 4 strategic priorities. We will restore and enhance upland habitat on both public and private lands, ensuring quail thrive well into the future. We will secure funding, influence policies, and build partnerships to drive conservation efforts across the country. We will acquire acres for permanent public access, increase access to privately owned habitat, and maximize access to existing public land. We are committed to expanding the conservation community, raising awareness about the importance of grassland ecosystems, and fostering involvement in our conservation efforts. By working together, we can ensure these vital landscapes are available for future generations. We're building a future where wildlands and working lands thrive together, where sustainable practices abound, and where the whistles of quail fill the air once more. Together, we're building forever. This is the next horizon for Quail Forever.